Mike Newman.
I'm keeping sheep now, you know. Well, I've got to keep sheep like to get all this wool. I met a fella in the bar last night. He said to me, how many sheep have you got? Well, I said, I don't know, really. By the time I've counted to 15, I fall asleep. Now then, fruit. There's a big lump of a fella walks into a fruit merchant. He said, I'd like half a grapefruit, please. And the woman walked into the back to her husband. She said, there's a big ignorant yob outside. He wants half a grapefruit. But she didn't realize the fella had walked in and was standing behind her. And she says, oh, this gentleman here will have the other half. I took a taxi up from the station here tonight, you know. And I'm in the back, and we come to the red lights, and this fella goes straight to the red lights. I said, what are you doing? He says, my brother, he always does that. We get to the next traffic lights, they're red. He goes straight through. I said, what are you doing? He says, my brother, he always does that. We get to the next lights, they're green. He stops. I said, what are you doing? He said, my brother, he might be coming the other way. Milk, oh, it's all stuck again. Milk puddings. I was talking to our milkman yesterday, actually. I said, and where are you from? He said, I'm from North Pakistan. I thought, my God, you've got a big round. Sporting terms, well, I don't know. I played football when I was a kid, actually. I remember our team captain, he said to me, you know what he said? I want you to mark the centre forward. So I did. I bit him. I went on me holidays. I went on me holidays last year. I went to Venice. It was flooded. And then I went to the Jerusalem. I've always wanted to see the Wailing Wall, you know, and I couldn't get near it for Leeds United supporters. I think I've knitted in the wire. I made a record. It's number 11 in the Irish top 10. No, I did. I made a record. I made a record once. I actually sang in a church choir, I sang in a church choir for 5 years, and 400 people changed their religion.
Is there a reason for this lavish occasion, Your Highness?
Your beauty would be reason enough, dear Mrs. Langtry. But you're blushing. I fear I embarrass you.
No, you're standing on my foot.
Dear Mrs. Langtry, what can I do to make amends?
Try getting off. Are we to be graced by the presence of the Queen this evening?
Yes, indeed. Just arriving, I believe.
Mr. Oscar Wilde.
Near enough.
Your High Royalness, how honored you must be. Seems like a nice boy.
You haven't met Oscar, Mrs. Langtry. Oscar, Mrs. Lily Langtry.
Ah. How nice to meet bosom friends.
Oscar's noted for his epigrams. They do say he's one of the wittiest men in London.
Oh, what a pity we're in Brighton. But do let me hear one of your epigrams, Mr. Wilde.
But of course. Here lies the bones of an Oxford Don. His stallion stopped, but he went on. And then I wrote, there was a young man named Hardwick. By a cricket ball was struck. 3 words appeared in the tombstone. Hardwick, hard ball, hard luck.
I said epigrams, not epitaphs, dear Oscar.
Begging your pardon, Your Royalness. Hello, Oscar.
Who is that?
Whistler. I wonder why Her Majesty has invited us all here this evening.
Your Royal Highness, ladies and gentlemen, Her Majesty, the Queen.
Edward, Prime Minister, Mrs. Langtry, Mr. Wilde, we have some very grave news for you all.
What is it, ma'am?
It's off.
Off?
Yes, they're doing the Forsyte Saga instead.
My dear Ted, how nice to see you.
Now we all know.
Look at the state of me, Ted. If my poor mother could see me now, she'd turn over in the pub.
Okay, Mike, what is the
Listen,
clue?
I'm leaving this rather attractive champagne glass, my friends.
Oh,
There
really?
we are.
Champagne
Brian
glass?
and Carol. And this is the rhyme. This prize should take the Oscar. You will be wild about this clue. You'll need it going to Tosca, though opera may not be you.
Now then.
Now
Any
then,
idea yet?
the plot thickens.
It does indeed. Mike Newman,
See you
ladies and
then.
gentlemen. Cheers, Mike.
Thank
God
you,
bless.
Ted.
Take care.
Right, Hudson? Everybody here?
All the male staff are here, as you ordered, sir.
Good. Now, I've got you here because I want to discuss a very serious state of affairs indeed.
If it's about the sherry, sir, I can explain.
It's not about the sherry, Hudson. What about the sherry, Hudson?
Nothing, sir, nothing at all.
Yes. Now, the fact of the matter is, you all know that young chambermaid, Rose, don't you?
Oh, Rose! Oh,
That will do. I want to ask you some questions, and I brought my good friend the vicar here to witness the proceedings.
Delighted. Anything I can do to help.
Yes, thank you, vicar. Now, the fact of the matter is, young Rose is expecting a baby.
Oh, congratulations!
Yes, recognize. None of that nonsense. As I was saying, young Rose is expecting a baby, which has brought to light a very odd state of affairs in this house. Yeah, if this is embarrassing you, dear.
I think I'll stay, dear.
Yes, quite. Well, as I was saying, young Rose is expecting a baby, and it appears that somebody has been creeping down to the female servants' quarters and
And what, dear?
I'm not embarrassing you, am I?
Not yet. No. Pray continue.
Yes. Well, this man has been creeping down to the girls' rooms and
And what, dear?
kissing them.
Kissing them?
And things.
And things, dear?
You know what I mean, they're things.
I don't think I remember.
Yes, quite. Well, I've got to find out who the binder is.
Are you saying that he visited all the girls in this way?
A different room in turn every night, apparently. Going on for some months.
The lucky devil.
Well, surely the girls must know who it is.
Ah, yes. Now, you see, that's where the fellow is very crafty, because he creeps into the room when the lights are off, has his evil way with them, and then he creeps away again as stealthily as he arrived. But the night before last, the binder went too far.
Too far, Sir Henry?
Yes. He managed to get into my wife's room. Isn't that right, dear?
Oh, yes, dear.
Yes. Anyway, I have now managed to trap him.
Oh, that is good news, sir. How?
Well, you see, when he visits the females under my roof, he always has a glass of water before he leaves.
He deserves a large brandy.
Well, last night, I got a special draft from the chemist, and I put it into every drinking jug in the female servants' quarters. Now, this is a delayed action, an extra strong sleeping draft, which should be about taking effect now.
Well, Jenkins, welcome to St. Cuthbert's.
Thank you, Headmaster.
Yes. Now, you're going to be our new math teacher, and I'm very pleased to welcome you. Please sit down.
Thank you, Headmaster.
Yes. I'm going to introduce you to the staff now. They're lined up outside, waiting to come in. We'll have them in one at a time. You'll have no difficulty whatsoever in remembering what they teach. Right, let's get on with it. Monsieur Hardcastle, the French teacher.
Bonjour, monsieur.
How do you do? Herr Robinson, the German master.
Yeah, that is correct. I am teaching the German. We have ways of making them learn.
Mr. Smith, religious instruction. Mr. Taylor, the art master. Mr. Grimes, English literature. And last, but by no means least, Miss Fanshawe.
Good heavens, Headmaster, what does she teach?
Games. One of the dreams there would be. Now then, Smithers, and how's playground duty going?
Oh, same as usual, Headmaster. Just like being at Dunkirk, you know. Put that catapult down. Oh, put it down. I don't know why you can't play with dolls, Elizabeth.
Ah, this is the part of teaching I like best, you know. Watching the children at play, seeing their fertile little imaginations coming to life.
Yes. Now what for are you doing?
Oh, they seem to be dancing around a pile of wood. Playing maypoles, perhaps? How cute.
That pile of wood is my desk. Oh, the little devil. They chopped up my desk.
Oh, and now they're getting Mary Higgins to climb on top of it, and they're tying her to a pole in the center. Oh, they are enjoying themselves.
That's a stake. It's definitely a stake. They are tying her up to a stake.
I know what they're doing. They're reenacting the Joan of Arc story I told them this morning. How very enterprising.
Johnson, Johnson, don't you dare put a match to that fire! What was that?
Sounded like the F11 to me.
The F11?
Yes, mind you, I've always liked the .303s myself. But then, I'm a sentimental old softy.
Do you mean they've got rifles now?
Oh, yes, but only the older boys. I mean, I wouldn't dream of giving them to the infants, of course.
Of course.
No, no, no. I mean, the recoil, you see, it would damage the little shoulders.
That would never do.
Oh, never. No, never. Hold. I do love to see self-expression, don't you?
Why do they do that? What have I done to them? Where do they get these things from,
Now, Smithers, you must not let it worry you. I mean, we cannot restrain this childish exuberance, can we? No. Look at the mess you're in. I mean, you shouldn't come to school like that. It sets a bad example to the children, you see. You slip along and get cleaned up, dear boy, and I'll finish out the playground duty for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Headmaster.
My pleasure. Yes. 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 A nervous type. Well, here we are. Here we are. Roll up. Roll up. Have your pocket money ready. Paints prearranged. A small deposit secures any item.
You will be under my tender care. You will become known as generations before you as the Broody Gales. La crème de la crème. Stand up, any girl who does not know what la crème de la crème means.
Please, miss. Me, miss.
In your case, Hilda, I think the crème has turned a little sour. Now, let us find out what you know about geography. Where are the Andes?
At the end of your wristies?
I'm talking about the world, Morag. Oh. I have traveled widely. The world has been my oyster. Scunthorpe, Booton, Rhyl, Newcastle. I can tell you what these places are really like. Awful.
My grandmother came from Newcastle.
What a pity for all of us. Now, who can tell me who knocked down the walls of Jericho?
Please, miss. It wasn't me, miss.
Girls! Quiet! Ignorance is never funny. Unless you're appearing on Sale of the Century. Now, Hamlet was written by William Shakespeare, the Bard of Avon. Who can tell me who was Shakespeare's wife? Yes, Morag?
The Avon lady, miss.
Anne Hathaway.
Please, miss. Everyone knows that, miss. She's the talk of the village.
Anne, is this true?
Yes, Miss Brodie.
I can see you have a labour of love to perform on you all, but never fear. I shall mould you all. I have always said gales will be gales. Though in your cases, I think I might make an exception. I have always said, give me a gale at an impressionable age and she'll be mine for life.
I've always said the same thing.
Hilda, Morag, come to the front of the class.
Yes, Miss Brodie.
Go!
As I thought, you're not gales at all, are you?
No, we're not. In fact, we might even say you're not even close.
Then what are you doing in this school?
Well, as I always say, boys will be boys.
Playtime.
Names the shepherds, come away, come away. Names the shepherds, come away, come away.
Christopher?
Yes, miss.
Come away.
Yes, miss.
We can't do the dance properly, Miss Darling.
That is becoming increasingly obvious, dear.
I mean, we could do with another nymph.
Yeah, couldn't we all?
Well, I don't know where Annabelle could have got to. Come in. What on earth are you doing? Do you usually come through a door like that?
I did knock.
Who are you, anyway?
I'm Charlie, Annabelle's brother. She been ill. She had a very bad tooth yesterday.
Well, I hope it gets better soon.
Won't make any difference. She left it at the dentist.
Why are you dressed like that?
Annabelle wants me to take her place in the sing-song.
This is not a sing-song. We are the St. Bernard's Choir. I am Miss Darling.
Hello, my darling.
Well, I must say, you're not exactly my idea of a wood nymph.
No, well, let's say I'm more of a would-be nymph. Would-be nymph.
Go and stand with the others.
All right.
Yeah, for certain. Are you wood nymph?
She's a probably wood nymph.
Charles, do you know St. Bernard's?
Not intimately, no. No, they're rather big. I'm happier with a little corgi or a shih tzu. You like shih tzus?
I mean the school song.
Oh, yes.
St. Bernard's pupils are the cream. Some whip, some sour, some in between. Nice and kind and well behaved. And if they're not, there is a shine. Our discipline's our way of life.
We don't use cane.
Don't use a knife. Be thankful you're not in for life. St. Bernard's your for us. St. Bernard's girls have charming boys. But you should see St. Bernard's boys. Prepare for life in every way. You'll soon cut down to 10 a day. Free from lies and wicked thoughts. Except behind the tennis courts. Pure in mind and pure in deed. A happy child is guaranteed.
St. Bernard's meets your every need.
St. Bernard's your for
Me.
Oh, Chris Emmett rang me. He says, are you coming around to my house tonight? I said, I can't come around to your house tonight. I'm not home from last night yet. He said, listen now. He said, He said, listen, are you coming to my party New Year's Eve? I said, of course I am, Chris, of course I am. When is it? The wife gave me a present this morning. She gave me a barometer. See, I thought a barometer. It said hurricane on it. I thought, that's no good. Took it back to the shop. The fella changed it for me. I got home, the house had blown away. I got a pal of mine, he's a real tough guy. Got a job cutting down trees. On the first day, he cut down 250 trees. The foreman said, that's magnificent. He said, tell me, is the motor getting worn out on the thing? He said, motor? I didn't know there was a motor on it. Oh, it doesn't go out. Great. We had a lovely Christmas dinner today. Oh, we had a magnificent Christmas dinner. We had a 7-course Christmas dinner, aye. A piece of 6-layer cake and a cup of tea. That's the thing, I love pantomimes, you know. Have you heard about the Irish? How about the Irish Humpty Dumpty? A wall fell on him. Sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening. Because I'm a big star in Ireland, you know, me. Oh, yeah. I was over there last week. I did a television show over in Dublin. It was called Looking Back. It started at 8 o'clock and finished at 7:30. There we go. You ready for this? The only little... It lights up! All we need now is... What do you think this is, the David Frost program?
Good night, Mr. Scrooge. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, save your breaths. Cratchit. Humbug, humbug, humbug. That's all Christmas is. Humbug.
Oh, we're having a goose.
Ah, Mr. Scrooge, just the man I wanted to see.
Are you again?
Well, it is Christmas, and we're collecting for the Home for Fallen Women again. If you could,
Yeah. Wait a minute. There you are. But that's the last. So don't come back next year.
Good evening, Ebenezer.
It can't be. Jacob Marley's dead. Dead as a doornail. Well, what are you doing here?
This is one of my favorite haunts. I've come to help you, Ebenezer. It's not too late for you to reform. Give up your miserly ways and help your fellow man.
Yeah, why should I help them? Give them all my money. I say charity begins at home. My home.
You'll regret that, Ebenezer. You'll regret that statement. Observe.
I am the ghost of Christmas past. If you come with me, you shall travel faster than the speed of light. We will journey down through the years to all the Christmases of your youth.
I was never one of those package tours. Jacob, what's that?
That is your future if you don't mend your ways.
Why does it keep beckoning to me like that? Jacob, is that one in there anything like the first one? I could do with a tussle in the tent with that. Good evening, madam. Oh! What was that for?
Your future is black and painful if you don't give all your money to the poor and the needy of this world.
I've had enough of this.
Wait. There's one more spirit you must see.
I am the ghost of Christmas present.
right, Jacob. You win.
You mean you'll give everything to charity?
You keep the money. I'll open the box.